Hi, my name is David Quatella. I'm the brand strategy manager here at Siemens. I'm here today with George Roscoe, who is our product manager for switchboards. So we're going to spend the next few moments talking about the new code that's out, 240.87. What is Siemens doing to meet that new code standard?
Well, Dave, there's quite a few things we're doing to meet that standard. 240.87 is an NEC National Electric Code standard that came out in 2014. It covers a few key areas. First is it requires any breaker with a 1200 amp frame or greater to have some level of arc flash protection. And within that, there is 5 requirements. It could either meet any of these 5. One is zone selective interlocking. Second is differential relaying. Third is energy reducing maintenance switch with local status indicator. Fourth is energy reducing active arc flash mitigation system. And fifth is approved equivalent means.
So George, you just mentioned the 2014 code. We're now in 2017. Naturally, I would imagine there are some updates on those requirements. Can you shed some light on that for us?
Sure. So the 2017 code kept the original 5 requirements and added 2 additional options to comply. The first was instantaneous trip setting below the arcing current. And the second new one is instantaneous trip override below the arcing current. And what that means is you can set your trip setting all the time below the arcing current. The catch there is you need to do an arc flash study to know what your arcing current is to set it below, which can cost some money, so that needs to be figured in if you decide to go that route.
So George, what is the most common solution to comply with the 240.87 standard?
So the most common one we're seeing back in the field is the energy reducing switch with the maintenance indication. I think a lot of that has to do with the cost and ease of implementation. We're seeing some places that are using the 2017 code setting the instantaneous below the arcing current. The one caveat that comes with that is you have to set the instantaneous below the arcing current via understanding what the arcing current is. So you typically have to pay to do an arc flash study. So that's an upfront cost you have to consider.
Sure. Now, in doing research for this interview, I've been reading a little bit about Smart DAS. Can you just go a little bit deeper dive into what that is exactly?
Sure. So I'll start off talking a little history here. So a couple years ago, the main offering we have is standard DAS for the WL circuit breaker. It's fairly simple. You flip a switch and it'll go into maintenance mode or parameter B. The light will come on. And then we saw as the code adapted over the years that we need to have a solution not only for our WL circuit breakers like right here, but also for our molded case circuit breakers like the VL breaker like here. So a lot of them are 12 and 1600 amps as well. Okay. So what Smart DAS is it takes the same features that we have at WL, where you can adjust the short time and instantaneous, and it adds that feature to the VL breaker. So now you can adjust the settings to whatever you need. So for example, I need to adjust my short time and instantaneous, I can adjust that. If I only want to adjust my instantaneous, we can do that as well. And one of the big competitive advantages we have in that is we can set the instantaneous, if you do an arc flash study, to whatever level you need. It doesn't have to be 2x. We ship it out of the box at minimum, but you can set it to whatever level you need. And it's the same feature you have with the WL breaker, so it's really flexible.
So you brought this demo unit here for us. Would you mind giving us a quick demonstration?
Sure. So what I'll first do is, here's our switch for this system. I'm going to flip it right now, and it controls maintenance mode for these 2 breakers. Okay. So when I flip the switch, the smart controller is actually going to tell the VL breaker to go in maintenance mode over communication, and then the WL breaker. When these 2 blue lights come on, it indicates that it's in its maintenance mode. So it does it over a Modbus communication system. So the great feature here is, with this system, you can actually also do this remotely. So I'm going to turn it off and take it out of maintenance mode, and you'll see the system now tells the breakers to come out one at a time, starting with the VL and the WL. So if you want, you can pipe an Ethernet signal to your laptop or to your controller device or SCADA system. You can actually activate DAS outside the arc flash zone at a low cost point of whatever it costs is connected to your computer. So I'm going to show you how you can just do that real quick.
That'd be great. Thanks.
And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually activate Smart DAS using the communication module available at the Siemens Download Center. And what you do is you pick your IP address of your Smart DAS controller, which will be published with your drawings that you get from the factory. You pick the breaker, and then you go ahead and click Read State to see what breaker it is, and then you can activate Smart DAS by clicking this button here. And also, if you want to change any of your DAS settings, you can actually change them right on the same screen if it's a VL breaker. You click Write States, hit Yes, and then over communication right now, the device is talking to the network and the Smart DAS controller, and the blue light will come on momentarily. And as you see, the blue light is on. I did it all over communication, and I can do the same thing to turn it off. So I'm going to hit Activate Smart DAS, hit Write States, hit Yes, and now it's sending a signal back to turn off Smart DAS all remotely. You can do it outside the arc flash zone, reduce your hazards, make it easy, safe, and also very portable.
So the benefit here is safety.
Absolutely.
If nothing else.
Smart DAS gives you safety, the most flexible offering in the industry, and also has the additional ability with all the communications to get other statuses outside your breaker, not only activate or deactivate Smart DAS.
That's really great. Any of our competitors doing this currently?
Our competitors have solutions, but no one has quite as comprehensive and flexible solution as we do with the communication capabilities and the ability to set all the different settings. That's where we lead the industry.
Well, George, thank you so much. That was a fantastic demonstration. I can really see the benefit of the communication systems, not only for the ease of use, but most importantly, safety, being out of the arc flash zone. So thank you so much for your time today. Where can our audience get more information on the 240.87 code standards and the solution Siemens providing?
So all the latest documentation, Dave, will be on the Siemens Download Center. All the latest Smart DAS documents, any questions about 240.87 will be there. Okay. And also, if they have any questions, they can contact their local Siemens sales engineer or their local authorized Siemens distributor.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, George.
Thank you, Dave.
All right.
Siemens, ingenuity for life.